exploring the meaning of altar of communion. Hello, everyone. Today, we're diving into an intriguing phrase that you might come across in literature, religious texts, or discussions about spirituality: altar of communion. Understanding this phrase not only enriches your vocabulary but also gives you insight into cultural and religious contexts where it's often used. So, let's get started and explore the depths of this meaningful expression. Before we delve into the specific phrase, it's crucial to grasp the meaning of its components. An altar is a sacred table or space used in religious rituals, primarily for offerings or sacrifices to a deity. Communion, on the other hand, refers to the act of sharing or exchanging intimate thoughts and feelings, often on a spiritual level. In Christian practices, communion is a sacrament commemorating the Last Supper, involving the consumption of bread and wine as symbols of Jesus Christ's body and blood. The altar of communion merges these concepts, symbolizing a place of spiritual exchange and unity between the divine and the worshippers. It represents a point of contact where believers come together to share in the sacred practices of their faith, reaffirming their commitment to spiritual ideals and to each other. This altar is not just a physical location but a metaphorical space where the essence of communion, sharing, understanding, and spiritual fellowship takes place. In many Christian denominations, the altar of communion is the focal point of the church where the Eucharist, the rite of communion, is celebrated. It's a sacred area that holds deep religious significance, symbolizing God's presence and the community's access to divine grace through the sacraments. The practices around the altar of communion, such as prayer, singing hymns, and partaking in the Eucharist, are central to the worship experience, embodying the spiritual communion with God and among the congregation. Understanding the phrase, altar of communion, also opens up broader cultural and linguistic insights. It reflects how language can encapsulate complex spiritual and communal concepts, offering a window into the values and traditions of the communities that use it. For English language learners, exploring such phrases deepens comprehension of not only the language's vocabulary but also its cultural nuances and the diverse ways in which English can express intricate ideas. We hope this exploration of the altar of communion has illuminated its rich meanings and the profound symbolism it holds in religious and cultural contexts. Whether you're an English language learner, a student of culture, or simply curious about the depth of language, phrases like these show how words can open doors to understanding complex human experiences. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and we look forward to exploring more fascinating topics with you in the future.